Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mondays at Microsoft, where we break down the next 2 weeks across the Microsoft world for you with a special focus on AI business solutions, AI, and Power Platform. I am Heather Cook. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Principal Community Evangelist for Microsoft 365 Customer Advocacy Group. Karuana will not be joining us today, unfortunately, but we still have an exciting final episode of 2025 for you before we hit the new year. So we're going to get into it right here, right now with me. So we will be taking a look at the language of biology. Can AI learn the language of biology to reimagine medicine? We also dive into a Microsoft Fabric 2025 holiday recap, a reflection on Microsoft Fabric's second year in market and the collective progress made alongside our community, customers, and partners. And we'll also be taking a look into Microsoft's Director of Design, who is the designer of the IntelliMouse, the Xbox, and the game-changing adaptive controller. So you want to stick around with us for the next 30 minutes. You're not going to want to miss all the exciting news I have to share. And wherever you're watching, please hit all those buttons, the like, the share, the report, and subscribe. And a big thank you to our sponsor, Sure. I love it that you can see like all of the gift wrapping still that's like in my office here from the holidays as well. So, and I hope that you all have had a really lovely holiday season. We are planning future seasons for our next episodes coming up in 2026, and we would love your feedback. So, we would love to hear your favorite segments, how you watch the show, and any suggestions you have to shape future episodes. So, you can visit that link below to share your thoughts with us. And hello, from Indiana. Hello. I'm so excited to have folks on today. Really appreciate all of our MGCI regional leads and board members who jump on and help us with the comments and put the AKA links up. So a big shout out to everybody across the world who's with us this morning. Yay. So that's great. All right. I'm going to jump into our big rocks. So today we have our question of the day. So if you're watching live on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, we invite you to answer the question in the chat, which is, what has been your favorite thing you've done this holiday season? So yeah, very, very of the now. So what's your favorite thing you've been doing for the holidays? If you put your answers in the chat, we'll come back to them at the end of the episode. So while you chew on that question, we're going to dive into our big rocks, which are shaping the AI landscape. Our first story today is all about, can AI learn the language of biology to reimagine medicine? So we all have about 20,000 genes in our genomes. And while this diversity is what makes the human experience so rich, our genetic differences can make things more difficult when it comes to medicine and the treatment of diseases. So today, most treatments are a one-size-fits-all approach, right? Only a small fraction of cancer patients, for example, receive targeted therapies. But if AI could learn to read and write the language of biology, it could help customize treatments for the unique makeup of each patient. So Ava Amini, who is a principal researcher at Microsoft Research, she's working with the teams to make that happen. She recently spoke at the potential for AI in biology at a crowded brewery in Cambridge, Massachusetts, as a part of Lectures on Tap, which is an event series that combines expert lectures with interactive fun in a casual pub setting around the United States. You should definitely check these out. You can look for Lectures on Tap to find where they'll be coming up in 2026. So she covered about 5 concepts, from how precision medicine works to the grand vision of developing AI that can predict how cells behave. So she was saying that AI can decode the language of biology, which biology produces massively highly complex data sets that are really impossible for humans to interpret alone. So AI was going to offer a way to identify patterns, understand biological systems, and then also accelerate scientific discovery. Precision medicine requires individualized insights, not averages. So today's treatments often fail because they rely on population level assumptions, and AI can really help tailor therapies to each person's unique genetic and cellular profile. Biology can also be represented as language for designing new proteins. So building on Margaret Dayhoff's amino acid alphabet, models like EvoDiff and the Dayhoff Atlas use generative AI to create new proteins via biological prompts. These AI designed proteins are already showing real world success. Microsoft models have produced lab validated proteins with functional outcomes and significantly improved design success rates through quality data and modeling limitations that still remain those challenges, but they're moving forward. Modeling human cells with AI remains a frontier challenge. Current models can't yet capture true biological variability. They tend to predict averages. So, progress towards that cell level simulation will require deeper data, interdisciplinary integration, and initiatives like Project Ex Vivo. Pretty cool stuff on the biology front, and a really great read by Samantha Kubota on that blog. So next, we have a whole other set of digital transformation happening. Bolzano, which is in northern Italy, it's a province there. It's a culturally rich region where German, Italian, and Latin intertwine. The local government is partnering with Microsoft and SIAG, its public IT agency, to really reinvent how citizens access public services. The goal is to shift from a bureaucracy first to citizen first, and Bolzano is building a modern digital infrastructure powered by Microsoft Power Platform, Dynamics 365, Azure, and Microsoft Foundry, culminating in something that's called MyCIVIS, a one-stop portal where residents can access provincial services using voice, web, or messaging through Emma, which is a multilingual AI companion. So the system consolidates data already held across provincial and federal agencies. And then with user content, it proactively tells citizens what services they qualify for. So a parent with a child who has learning disability, for example, will automatically see available support options. A farmer will be notified about crop subsidies without needing to search or wait in line. Every request is monitored in real time for transparency and speed. And this is all part of SIAG's mission to close that gap between public administration and the people it serves, while safeguarding privacy through opt out controls as well. So, this redesigned platform is now in beta and goes live in March of 2026, which is a major step towards efficient, trustworthy digital public services in a multilingual region that thrives on collaboration and innovation. This is a great story by Chris Welch in the blog as well. So that leads us into our In Case You Missed It segment. Always a lot going on. We try to go back 2 weeks, and we also look forward 2 weeks in all of these segments. And this is a couple of really great stories about what's been going on globally with Microsoft in the world. So Microsoft is empowering 350,000 more Nigerians with AI skills. So this story is really a compelling example of AI skilling at population scale. And it pairs perfectly with Mondays at Microsoft's focus on community empowerment. So, in this segment, we spotlight how Microsoft is working with the Nigerian government, Data Science Nigeria, and Lagos Business School. It has already equipped more than 350,000 people with AI skills through the country's National AI Skills Initiative. And it's really emphasizing this mix of ambition and inclusivity, preparing students, job seekers, and professionals for the future of work by really building AI literacy across regions and industries. It's also a strong anchor for discussing global digital equity, youth empowerment, and how strategic partnerships supercharge economic mobility. So, the federal government of Nigeria and the business school, through a national skills initiative, has delivered digital training actually over 4 million people since 2021. So the milestone really underscores Nigeria's commitment to inclusive technology-driven growth, and it reflects strong progress in preparing individuals and organizations to thrive in the digital economy. And then go to the other part of the world, over in New Zealand. So New Zealand North One, or NZ North One, Year On is what the project has been called, and it's building foundations of New Zealand's AI future. So this story is talking about just a full year of progress since the launch of Microsoft's NZ North Cloud region. And this is framed as a national level accelerator for AI capability and industry transformation. So it's a real world impact. There's a really wonderful, powerful human interest angle, and I'm going to say this beautiful set of Maori words, Watakangarua and Aotearoa. and where AI is helping support community well-being services. And this segment, we're really looking through how a major cloud region becomes more than infrastructure. It's really the backbone of enabling, innovation, startup growth, public sector modernization, and skills across an entire country. So it's really, really cool story that is out there about New Zealand, what's been going on and the future. Also, another note, Debbie Ireland, who is a good longtime friend, collaborator, community lead, organizer out there. She has a beautiful show. Usually does them twice a year. This time it's going to be in Christchurch, February 24th and 25th. It's her Digital Workplace Summit. I may be going. We'll see. Not confirmed yet, but very excited that might be happening. But I wanted to give her a shout out. She has been doing events in that region in both New Zealand and Australia for a couple of decades. So a big shout out to Debbie and all of the folks there down in New Zealand. There's lots of amazing MVPs and regional directors. Daryl Webster's down there who does the Microsoft reviews with Daniel Glenn of the Message Center and stuff. So just a ton of great people in the community down there in New Zealand as well. So big shout out to y'all. Next, we have another story. It's coming out of the new Signal magazine. And if you haven't checked out the Signal magazine yet, it is actually a print magazine. It's also online, obviously, but it's a print magazine. I have one. I don't know where it is, but I brought it back when I was in Seattle recently, about a month ago. And this story is about it's called The Designer's Notebook. 30 years of Microsoft hardware and innovation. So this story spotlights Carl Ledbetter, Microsoft's partner director of design. So a 3-decade long career has shaped really some of the most iconic devices in tech history. So the IntelliMouse, the Xbox, the adaptive controller, his work really reflects a simple philosophy that design begins with understanding people. His journey started in 1995 with a challenge from the Excel team to help users navigate massive spreadsheets. So his solution was the scroll wheel on the IntelliMouse, and it became an industry standard and really transformed how we interact with computers. And then two years later, he helped bring Actimate's Barney to life, which is an early example of a connected, interactive play that paired toys with PCs, TVs, and games. It was imaginative, groundbreaking, and a glimpse into the future of ambient computing. Then came the Xbox, which Carl described as a continuous cycle of refinement driven by human factors. He led redesigns that made the controllers more comfortable, more inclusive for different hand sizes, and more intuitive as gaming moved online and wireless. And with each console, from the first Xbox through the Xbox 360, Xbox One SX, and now collaborations like Asus Ally X, Carl was really focused on making powerful technology feel really simple and personal. And Carl also calls out the Zune the highlight of his career, not for its market share, but for its creativity. It was a full ecosystem with wireless sharing, playlists across devices, a music marketplace, and an iconic design made with innovative double shot plastic. Many of its ideas foreshadow features that we use everywhere today, but the product he's proudest of is the Xbox Adaptive Controller, built in partnership with gamers with disabilities, hospitals, and veterans, guided by the principle that nothing about us without us. The team rethought everything, enabling players with limited mobility to game on their terms. And for many, it restored not just play, but the sense of belonging that we all want. So after 30 years, congratulations, Carl, by the way, that's amazing. Carl says, his excitement hasn't faded. And with AI reshaping design and creativity, he sees this moment as another leap forward, and he's energized as ever to keep building what's next. I have to say, on a personal note, I loved my Zune. And it's now this wild time capsule. Mine still works. I still bring it out and use it. And it's such a beautiful device. Yeah. So anyway, harkening back for those of us who had Zunes, I don't know, anybody in the chat had a Zune as well. Just such a great device. It's so sad it didn't catch up or catch on. So, but anyway, that's Signal issue 2. Signal issue 3 is due to come out imminently. So give a look to that. You can check it out at the link that we have here on the screen. It's going to be awesome. So now we're going to dive into product news after I take a quick sip of coffee because it's morning and I'm using my favorite coffee cup. This is from Bauhaus. Folks who are from Seattle, the Seattle area, Bauhaus was an amazing coffee place up on Capitol Hill. It was there during when I was in college during the grunge era, yes. And so I've spent many a time having coffee at the Bauhaus back in the day. So shout out to any Seattle folks who knew and loved that place like I did, where I went to college as well. Oh my God, Nesha, you have a Zoom brand new in the box. Oh my goodness. Carnegie, you had a Zoom too? Yes. Oh my God. See? Look at this. So many of us in the community, I'm sure we need to have a Zoom party or something, or maybe I need to like put a DJ set from that time period just for the Zoom people. That's an idea. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna get into the product segment. Today we've got, oh yeah, this is things that just come out on the roadmap. So one of the things we've been doing is looking at the roadmap, pulling out some items, things that are just happening and coming out. So today, we're going to talk about Microsoft Purview Insider Risk Management. It's being expanded to agents, which is totally awesome. So, as AI agents are, more and more deeply embedded into enterprise ecosystems, they're evolving beyond simple tools or workflows into our digital workforce. So these agents, can interpret intent and access, and they can manipulate enterprise data, execute actions, and are making real-time decisions. So, they're operating a bit like human insiders, only with machine speed data processing kind of capabilities. So to govern and protect these agents and data and everything effectively, Microsoft Purview Insider Risk Management is being expanded to agents with specific indicators and insider risk scores built for agents based on agentic activities. So, Microsoft Purview Insider Risk Management correlates various signals to identify potential malicious or inadvertent insider risks, such as IP theft, data leakage, and security violations. So, insider risk management enables customers to really create their own policies based on your internal policies, your governance, and your organizational requirements. So it's built with privacy by design. Users are, I'm like, oh my gosh, pseudonymized by default. That is a mouthful word. And role-based access controls and audit logs are in place to help ensure user-level privacy. So very cool stuff happening in Purview. As always, it's such a great product. Goes hand in hand with Microsoft 365 Copilot and all the agents that are being built. So that's a really great read on when that is coming out. So I believe we're in preview right now. So that's great. Next, we go into what's going on in Fabric. And Fabric has a 2025 holiday recap, unified data and AI innovation from a favorite. Shout out to Alex Powers over there, who is such a great partner and so fun to work with. I love working with him and doing events with him and having him speak at our events. So as 2025 ends, these are in Alex's words. So he said, we're taking a moment to reflect on Microsoft Fabric's second year in the market and the collective progress made alongside our community, customers, and partners. What began as a unified vision for data and AI has grown into a platform adopted by more than 28,000 organizations worldwide, anchored by OneLake and shaped through continuous collaboration and feedback. This year brought meaningful advancements across security, modernizations, and professional developer tooling, and more, strengthening Fabric's role as a trusted foundation for modern data and AI solutions. As the team looks ahead to 2026, they are encouraged by the momentum built over these first 2 years and grateful to everyone who has contributed to Fabric's evolution. Below, there's a few highlights in the blog, a couple of really cool things too, and you've got just like literally like 2 or 3 days to check some of this stuff out that's happening. But Fabric Data Days, they put out this wonderful challenge, Fabric Data Days, and it's a global community-driven skilling initiative offering with hands-on activities, certification, preparation, and expert-led sessions. So that I know Alex and the team was just saying how much your creativity, energy, and outstanding work really highlights the remarkable talent and innovation across the Fabric community. So congratulations to Lara Hu Wimlathanra, winner of the Notebooks contest, Cities of Tomorrow. Juan Bojorquez and Pierre Dieng, winners of the DataViz contest for pros, and Nahara Helen, who is the winner of the Student DataViz contest. So this is now all still running through December 31st. Fabric Data Days offers exclusive certification vouchers, including 100% discounts for DP600 and DP700, and 50% discounts for PL300 and DP900. All of this available to eligible participants. You got to read all the rules and all that kind of jazz. But very cool stuff. Shout out to the Fabric team, who are great partners, who we love working with. Good stuff over there. Yeah, along with our Power Platform and our Copilot Studio folks as well. Shout out for working with them all year long on all of our events and all of our initiatives too. It's very, very cool. So that takes me in. Speaking of community and community events, you can check out the one-stop shop for all Microsoft community events on communitydays.org. If you have an event coming up in 2026, well, let's get that up on communitydays.org. It's time, everybody. So I'm super excited to see more and more get up. There's already a ton. It's going to be a busy season yet again, starting in January. I want to give a shout out to Data Start, which is in the LATAM community. It's a 2026 dive into this inaugural event for Power BI, data, and analytics lovers in the region. This space is created by and for the Spanish-speaking community, and it marks the beginning of 2026 with learning, sharing, and strengthening skills in Microsoft's data ecosystem. Now, this one is organized by Juan Vasquez and Jose Ramirez Espinosa, who are both longtime Community Dates events organizers. I wanted to give you two a special shout out and this event. This is going to be awesome, coming up in mid-January, virtual, Spanish speaking, so you should definitely check it out. We also have had, events that have finished and that are coming up. We had one community-led event coming up for the AI conference in Tunisia that just happened. And then let me go into what's coming up. So we've got Aloha in Honolulu coming up tomorrow. And then we jump into January. We've got .NET in Mumbai, DynamicsCon in Florida, Data Start, like I mentioned, lots of stuff all over Singapore, France. We've got Collab Days Bremen in Germany, Community Days in DC, M365 Miami coming up in February, and then Dubai. Oh my goodness, more. Global Power Platform Boot Camp. This is the Polish edition that they already have their event in communitydays.org. So shout out to Polish, my people, my family's Polish. But Global Power Platform Boot Camp, you will see lots of these pop up all over the world. They're a virtual event, and many folks who run community days or collab days or user groups will also put on these boot camps. Global Azure boot camp happens every year. Global Power Platform boot camp will be around February 20th, 21st. Knoxville is coming up as well. So lots of really great, these are free or low cost events. And so there might be a minimal charge for them depending. Usually that pays for just, barrier to entry and also potentially food. A lot of people sometimes will also donate that low fee to a charity of choice as well. Just depends. And then we've got paid events coming in for the new year. Community Days Vibe, that's going to be in South Padre. That is specifically for Microsoft partners. I know Liz Hallen and the team over there are putting that show on. Cloud Tech Talent, which I think maybe in its third year, fourth year. Great show in Estonia, Exchange Summit. And then you've got the big Fabric Community Conference coming up in March in Atlanta. And then it's not on here, but I'm working hard on Microsoft 365 Community Conference. That'll be in Orlando, Florida, April 21st through the 23rd. So lots going on in the world right now. And I know that there's lots more coming, so everybody be ready. So the other thing that's great about communitydays.org is that it is the place to look for call for speakers. So you can check out, if you're a budding speaker or you're already in the circuit, you can definitely check out communitydays.org for the calls for speakers. I know Tom Daly and all of the team from our MGCI group who works on the back end of that. They're doing lots of work always on the back end to make the website even more powerful. There's a feedback area there. If there's something you're like, oh my gosh, I wish it did blah, please put that up there. I read them. I know they read them. We talk about them. and they're doing all of that great work. Also, call for sponsorship. If you would like to sponsor one of the Community Days events in your area or one of the virtual ones, it's a great way to connect to the community. It's a great way to hear what's going on, hear feedback, listen to real world stories from people, and be a part of the mix in that as well. And there is also a speaker leaderboard. We pull from, there's APIs on the back end that pull from Sessionize and also from Run.events, which is Addis's, who runs the European Cloud Biz Apps and Collab Summit coming up in May in 2026. So that's a great, fun leaderboard of speakers of who's been out there in the world speaking. I know Tom just wrote a blog about that. We'll be doing some year-end wrap-up stuff probably this week and next week about all of the events and event producers and all those things that are up there. But it's super exciting and fun. So very happy about communitydays.org being that one-stop shop where we can all come together and put up all the events and see what's going on. We also have our usual list of resources, of links of where you can put the calendar event for Mondays at Microsoft. We have our tech community news desk. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You've got all that wonderful fun stuff there, and love to have you as we jump into the new year. The Microsoft Global Community Initiative, MGCI, which is a project that I lead for our teams. Please come join us. We've got amazing board members and regional leaders, and they're all the time, once a month, talking through demos of different things of what it means to be an event producer, training on like how to do social media and all that sort of thing. So there's all kinds of stuff happening, and everything's gonna the train's going to get running again coming up here in January with just a blink. So I'm super duper excited about that. So with that, Aaron, who thank you so much for producing today, by the way, from I think I know I don't think I know Aaron's doing it from a hotel room, so during the holidays, so I appreciate you so much. You want to let's look at our question of the day and take a minute to see what people were doing through the holidays. What your favorite thing is you're doing this season? I've got LinkedIn up as well. Anyone? Let's see. I think for me, mine. Oh, relax and disconnect. Yes, I have. Yes, I definitely love that. I think it's really important to take, if you can, to take some time to do that. To-do lists are always going to be there. That is for sure. So getting some time to really take it to a chill is so important if you can. I was gonna say, we went to see a movie. We went to see Song Song Blue at the theater. We usually do that as a family. I actually posted on LinkedIn about it. I don't often post about movies, but I really enjoyed that so much. The story is really, really good, about a family and a couple of people who have a passion for music. So I really enjoyed that, and cooking. I love cooking during the holidays. Erin, what was yours? Did you have one? What was your favorite thing that you did during the holidays? Anything? Like, I know where you've been running around.
Hey,
Yeah, where
yeah, I'll hop on here.
yeah.
I will spare our guests the current view of my camera in this hotel room. You will just get my profile picture here.
That's fair.
But hey,
That's fair.
everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's me
Yeah.
from the wizard behind the curtain.
Mhm, mhm.
So my husband and I, we took live in Minneapolis. We took the
Yeah.
train down to Chicago, and it's been wonderful. We went to the Chicago Institute of Art yesterday, saw
Ooh.
the Bean. We've been here a number of times, and it's just a great Christmas town. So it
Yeah.
warms my heart.
That's so awesome. I grew up in Chicagoland area, so I love the Art Institute too. And it's so festive and fun, and big cities are fun during the holidays. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right on. Well, cool. That's great. Well, awesome. I know we've got a lot of people are out as well, so hopefully off doing all of those fun things for the holiday, and maybe we'll ask that question again for our next segment, which is coming up on the 12th of January in 2 weeks. Which sounds like a long time and far away, but again, with a blink, it's going to be here. So I also wanted to give a just a big shout out, one, to Karuana, who, we co-host this show together. We really enjoy doing it. We love bringing you the news of what's going on. It helps us keep up, and we've heard from a lot of you. It helps you keep up as well with what's going on, which is great, which is absolutely why we do this. A big shout out to you, Aaron, our producer, who is amazing and builds all the great slides and puts all of the stuff at the bottom of the screen and makes us sound great. Jonathan Jones, who is new to our team, new team member who's been working on producing and helping on the back end with promotion and all of that. So just a big, thank you for everybody, and appreciate those of you again from MGCI, Nisha, and so many others who have come on and helped with putting up the AKA links and responding to people in the comments and such as well. So just again, and we would love your feedback on future episodes. Please do add us to your calendar. And we always do on demand for these on our Microsoft Community Learning channel YouTube, so you can always watch them there as well. So just appreciate you, and thank you to the community. Thank you to our MVPs, our regional directors, our MGCI folks, everybody who works on the Microsoft Empower Platform community calls and puts those on, all the different calls that everybody hosts, and all of you out there in the world who put on events and user groups and write blogs and create videos and share your passion and your stories with all of us and with each other, and your feedback. It is so appreciated, and we do on the Microsoft side listen and incorporate, and it's just awesome. So it's a really wonderful, community, and just wanted to say thank you. And I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Hope you're taking some time in this, time in between the new and the old, moving into this 2026 new year. So again, thanks everybody. This is Mondays at Microsoft. We'll see you again January 12th, and talk to you soon in the community. Later, skaters.